Hello everyone. Thank you for joining me today. My name is Nafisa Anjum. I am a English language expert at Reset Learning. Thank you for joining me today. We are going to talk about the IELTS and its prep, the process, and registration today. But before I get into that, I would like to talk a little bit about what we do here at Reset Learning. So basically, we offer programs like Reset Math, Reset English, and Reset Core, which offers a lot more topic that you can choose from. And we also help you prep and register for exams like IELTS, CELPIP, and then the digital SATs. So if you would like to know more about these programs, please visit us at Reset Learning in West Broadway. Or you can also email or visit our website that's written in the presentation. Once you visit the website, I think you'll get a better idea of what we do here, our team, and the details on the programs. So that's about it. I'll start with the IELTS part of the presentation. Okay, so what is IELTS? We're going to talk about the International English Language Testing System. So this will kind of give you an idea of what the exam is like, kind of the do's and don'ts, a little sneak peek into what we offer here at Reset. So this is a test to kind of help you understand our ability to communicate in English, so how you can teach or speak, learn, write, and read. So the IELTS exam kind of has two modules. So one of them is the academic exam, and then one of them is the English or general training exam. So the academic one is usually used for applications like university or college applications sometimes, but also job applications. And then the general training helps you with immigration and vocational trainings. So the British Council is where we kind of usually register for the IELTS exams, and the modules, the academic and the general, are the two different types of modules, but they have some similarities, but they do stand out, especially in the reading and the writing sections. Okay, so next up, we're gonna watch a video. But before that, I will like to tell you that what we are here to discuss today. From Reset, we usually we help you succeed in the IELTS exam. That's starting from prepping for the exam and then practicing and registering. And we are a British Council registration center, so you can officially kind of do the exam registration through us. And we have very highly qualified trainers for these exams like English, and will help you kind of through the process of how the listening test goes, how the speaking test goes. We'll do mock exams to kind of help you practice and be ready for the exam. So first off, we'll just go ahead and watch this video. Is it not working?
Give us a moment that we're finding why it doesn't sound right now.
Oh, it was working earlier.
Last moment problems, no worries. Okay, let's see if it's working.
If not, I can just go through the video.
So yeah, it's not working the audio right now, but you can find the video in the
yes. So the creators are tagged at the bottom. So if you guys are interested, you guys can visit both of these pages on TikTok and also Instagram. And these videos kind of helped me understand more about the process and prep a little bit. So I can talk about the first video. here he kind of asks her a question about um, like how would you answer what your favorite food is, and she kind of just says, oh, I love gnocchi to begin with, but then he tells her that in order to ask or answer questions like this, you kind of have to go into a little bit more detail, so it is better to connect a story with your answer. So let's say, oh, I love gnocchi because one of my friends threw a Friendsgiving dinner, and she told me that there was a dish called gnocchi, which I haven't heard of before. But then she made me try it, even though I was kind of on the edge about it. And then once I tried it, I kind of became obsessed with it. So that's the kind of answers they will be looking for you to be a bit more detailed. And if you usually connect it to a story, it's easier to talk about. So that was the first video. And then the second video is about 3 tips on your listening exam. So she first off says that know and practice all the question types. So, which here at Reset, we will help you do that. We'll get you to be kind of familiar with how the question papers usually are. So you kind of know the patterns of the question. And then to read the instructions carefully, which I think goes without saying, because sometimes we think we understand what the question is asking of us, but it's better to kind of review the questions a little bit in depth and give yourself some thinking time so you kind of understand what exactly they're asking for. And then the last point is to not choose the first answer you hear. I think this is a very tricky one because usually when you're listening, it's kind of like a conversation between two people, and it's very easy to assume the first date or number or location to be noted down as the answer. But with the listening exam, what you can do is what I usually did is to kind of take notes while you're listening, and then you'll have extra time to transfer your answers to the answering sheet. Okay, going to the next slide. Oh no. Oh, it took me to the link. There we go. It's not going. Oh no. Okay. It doesn't. Okay, there we go. I'll just use that. I'll just use that then. Okay. So moving on to the test format. Like I said, there's 2 modules. One is the academic one, and then one is the general training. So we'll see a couple differences between these 2 types of exams. So starting off with the listening, this is kind of very similar to each other. Maybe the difficulty level might vary a little bit, but both the modules has a 3-hour or 30-minute listening test with 4 sections and 4 items, as in 4 questions. And then once you are done solving this, you can transfer your answers. You'll get extra 10 minutes to transfer your answers to the answering sheet from the question paper. And then you have the reading test, which is 60 minutes in 3 sections and 40 items. So this will also be the same with the general training, but the difficulty level for the reading and the story that you might get will be a little different. For the writing, it's a 60-minute exam, and you'll have 2 tasks, and this is where the biggest difference is in these 2 exams. So for the academic one, the task 1 is going to be describing a visual information using 150 words. So this is where you are provided kind of with a diagram or like a layout kind of, so you can try to understand what the visual is trying to portray, and then you kind of write that into words. So basically do a visual information writing. And for the general training, we have a letter writing. This is very fun and useful, I think, because you can use the skills of letter writing in emails, in cover letters, and SOPs going into the future. And then for the academic module, you have an essay for the task 2, same as general training, but the topics and the difficulty level or your vocabulary in these cases might have to be different to get the scores that you're aiming for. Lastly, we have the speaking test. This is also kind of the same format. The exam is going to be about 10 to 15 minutes, and it will be in three parts. The first part is usually kind of like a back and forth conversation for like getting to know each other. And then the second one is they'll give you a topic and kind of 2 minutes to prepare your answer and then share your thoughts on that topic. And the third part of this speaking test is usually more questions regarding the topic that was given to you. Okay, so the next slide, we're kind of gonna give you. We're kind of gonna give you a sneak peek to the do's and don'ts. This is the kind of things we'll be teaching you and training you to do at Reset to kind of help you prep better for your exams. So for the speaking test, you should be listening to the interviewer, like the person who's asking you questions. You have to listen carefully and wait patiently for them to finish asking the question before you start answering it. And a don't is to not talk too fast. Pace yourself, be slow and steady with your answers. Think your answers too, because they will not kind of rush you through the process. They'll give you some time to think about your answers and then proceed. Another is speak clearly and take small pauses and then slow down as well. So if you are kind of rushing through the answers and you're kind of just saying words and it's not making sense, so I think it's better to kind of just take little pauses in between sentences and speak clearly. And then another don't is that don't focus on the small mistakes and try to proceed smoothly. Usually what we do is when we kind of say like a wrong word or kind of say something that's off topic, we tend to get scared or nervous and kind of like stop. But I think it's better to just move on smoothly and kind of disregard the mistakes that you made, because they will be focusing on what you're getting right. And then prepare for some small answers for the 2 minute topic. So what I usually do is kind of trying to think of some stories or some potential vocabulary that I can use in the interview to kind of impress the person who's judging me. So basically you would just prepare some small notes and do some brainstorming before the exam on what you can say potentially in the exam. And then another big don't is that do not memorize your answers, because I think that kind of interrupts with the flow of the natural conversation. So just try to prepare yourself for the answers, but not memorize them, because you will be going through the answers with a speed that they're not really asking for, so you just have to kind of pace yourself through the answers. Next is gonna be to be open about your opinions and give your honest answers. I think this is very important, because when you're giving honest answers and when you're putting them together with your experience, it's more natural and it will give you a better flow. So I think if, for example, they're asking you whether you like reading or not, I think you should, if you don't like reading, you should just say, no, I don't like reading because I gave it a chance once. I picked up a book to read. I went halfway through it, but then I figured I found out about audiobooks, which worked better for me. So I completely switched to listening to books instead of reading one that is more convenient for me. So that is a more like in-depth, broad answer that talks about your experience, instead of saying, oh yeah, I like to read books, but then I don't know what else to say because I'm not familiar with the idea of reading books. So I think that is why sharing honest opinions is the best way to answer these questions, because there will be no wrong answer. They are just trying to test your grammar, your vocabulary, and your flow of speaking. And then I have, from personal experience, I've seen a lot of people kind of ask like, oh, how did I do on the exam, or like, can you tell me what I might have scored? I think that is a very like unprofessional thing to do. So I think steer clear from asking questions back like, oh, how did I do on the exam, what is my potential score. I think that kind of takes away from the professionalism that you're trying to portray here. Do I just click? Okay, there we go. um, and then we're kind of coming to the end of our session. So I will say that at Reset, we kind of offer a lot here. We have a lot of very experienced and certified trainers to help you through these exams and preparation. So going back to our base offers, like we do the core programs. We do math and English for students starting at the age of 6 till 17 plus. So I think there's a huge range of students that we are welcoming here. We have the trainers to kind of help you through the process, kind of hold your hand towards like creating good habits, time management, organization skills, and of course like going through your day-to-day kind of schoolwork and helping you to understand and pace yourself through the schoolwork that you might have. So feel free to reach out to us with any questions or concerns that you might have about that. Like I said again, please visit our website to know more information on the programs that we offer, as well as our team who can help you and who you can assign to your students. And then I would also like to kind of go over that we are the official British Council Registration Center, and we will be offering like mock exams to kind of help you build your confidence on the exam. So you can come to us and we will like kind of help you understand the process of registration, the steps of how to get to the kind of the goal that you're setting for yourself for the IELTS exam, as well as the digital SATs and the CELPEP exam. And then here we will be giving you individualized feedbacks and study strategies on along with practice materials for whatever you're coming to study with us. We have kind of programs ready to go and then help you kind of understand what we do here. So I think with these individualized feedback and customized lesson plans, this will kind of help you familiarize yourself with the exams before you take them. And then we again have experienced and certified IELTS trainers, and we have proven strategies to kind of boost your scores and help you prep accordingly for the aim that you have with these exams. So sign up today to kind of secure your spot at our classes today and start your journey with to IELTS, and let's make it happen. Okay, so if anyone has any questions, feel free to ask. And then I've also provided my email at the bottom, so feel free to reach out at this email with any questions you might have, and I will get back to you as soon as I can addressing your concerns. Thank you. Oh, it goes back to the TikTok.
Yeah, no worries.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
So perfect. Thank you.